Most of us have played a video game at some point, right? We get it. There are levels, challenges, bosses, and you could unlock new skills to win. So, what if making money online works the exact same way? In this explainer, we're going to break down how to win that game, even if you're starting out at level 0.
Just think about that for a second. What if all the frustration, all the times you've hit a wall, isn't because you're not good enough? What if it's just because you've been dropped into this massive, complex game without a tutorial or even a rule book? That's the big idea we're going to unpack right now.
You see, this completely flips the script on what success looks like. Forget all those old myths that it's about getting lucky or who you know or some secret formula only a few people have. The reality? It is so much better. Making money online is a game of skill and strategy. And the best part about that is that anyone can learn the rules. And this, right here, this is the problem we're trying to solve. So many people jump in, they try a bunch of random things, they see zero progress, and then they just give up. It's exactly like running around a giant game map with no objective marker, no quest log. You just get tired, you get frustrated, and eventually, you log off. But listen, it does not have to be that way. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do you actually start winning? Well, it all comes down to understanding the core mechanics of the game. Turns out, there are just three fundamental pillars that separate the pros from, well, everyone else. If you can master these, you'll have a crystal clear path to victory. So let's break them down.
All right, pillar number 1. And honestly, this is the big one, having the right strategy. This is all about knowing what you're trying to do before you even press start. It is the massive difference between having a deliberate plan and just, mashing buttons and hoping for the best.
And this quote just nails it perfectly. Jumping into an online business with no real strategy, it's literally like trying to beat the final boss by just randomly slamming buttons on the controller. Yeah, maybe you get a lucky shot in once in a blue moon, but you are never, ever going to win consistently. So what does a winning strategy even look like? It all starts right here, with what the source calls the unique value zone. Now, the key thing to get here is that you are not trying to appeal to everyone. You're finding one specific group of people with one very painful problem that you can actually solve. That focus, that's your superpower.
And here's the playbook. It's a super clear 3-step process. First, what's a real nagging problem that people actually have? Second, who specifically has that problem? Be precise. And third, how can you build something that is the perfect solution for them? This is your foundation. This is your strategy. Now let's see how that plugs into pillar number 2.
Okay, so you've got your strategy. Now you need to pick your vehicle. In game terms, this is like choosing your character class. Are you a mage, a warrior, a rogue? It's your starting gear, and it absolutely has to match your current level and resources. Choosing the wrong one is like being a level 1 player trying to fight a level 50 dragon. It's just a recipe for getting wiped out. I mean, just look at the difference in the risk level here. Trying to launch some big e-commerce brand or a software company when you're a total beginner is so tough. It takes a ton of cash up front. But look at digital products. The barrier to entry is so much lower. That makes them pretty much ideal when you're just starting out and you can't afford to lose.
So let's put it simply. Your ideal starter vehicle, your character class, needs to do 2 things. First, it should cost you next to nothing to get started. No huge investment. Second, it has to have the potential to scale like crazy once you start leveling up. If you find something that checks both of those boxes, you are absolutely on the right track.
And finally, we've arrived at our third pillar, the right tools. Now, I want you to think of these as your power-ups, your map unlocks, or maybe even your cheat codes. Because in today's game, using the right technology gives you a seriously unfair advantage. And you really need to let this next quote sink in. It is so important. AI isn't some enemy coming to take your job. No, it's the ultimate weapon. Stuff that used to take huge teams and months of work can now be done in a few hours by one person. The people who master these tools, they are going to move so much faster than everyone else. So yeah, this is the right way to think about it. It's not just about having the tools. It's about knowing how and when to use them to get ahead. They are your ultimate competitive advantage. They let you complete your quests in record time.
Okay, you now know the 3 pillars: strategy, vehicle, and tools. The rules of the game are clear. So now it's your turn to actually play. Here is your very first quest, designed to take you from level 0 and get you in the game.
This is literally your character creation screen.
It's super simple. Just grab a piece of paper, a notebook, whatever, and make these 3 lists. What are you actually interested in? What challenges have you already overcome in your life? And what are you pretty good at? This simple exercise, right here, is your first step to finding that unique value zone we talked about earlier. And hey, before we wrap this up, let's just remember why we're playing. This isn't just about points on a screen or a high score. The rewards in this game are real. We're talking about real money, real freedom to live your life on your own terms, and making a real impact. Now that is a prize worth fighting for. So there you have it. You know the rules. You have a massive advantage over pretty much everyone else who's just wandering around aimlessly. The only question left is the one on your screen right now. The game is all loaded up. It's waiting for you. Are you ready to play?